Hey everyone, welcome to my first moveONE tutorial. Today I'll be talking about a tool, a platform that I've been following for more than a year. And just recently, like 2 months ago, they released the latest model, the latest update to their systems. And then I decided, okay, it's time. It's time for me to dive and give this a try. And I'll explain why later, or a little bit. But for now, a little bit more about moveONE. They have a number of products that allows you or anyone, whether you're an animation artist or a creator or someone who just loves experimenting with this, to capture motion. They have live, where you can capture motion real time. They have Move Pro, where you can capture multi character using multi camera over a huge space. And they have moveONE, which is the one that I'm really excited to try, or that I'll start experimenting with today. And I'll show you what I came up with. And the reason I was saying that I got really excited over the last release to try and dive in, test moveONE, is that for this release, for the first time, they have the ability to generate, or their systems, moveONE specifically, have the ability now to generate motion from pre-recorded video. And to me, that is huge. I'm an animator. I use reference all the time. Sometimes I stand up and I act my shots. Others I find reference on YouTube and on the internet, a piece of motion that I really like, a performance that I think would help me with my shot. Some of those motions I can't even perform them myself, even if I wanted to. So if I have a system, a tool that allows me to extract motion data from a video, that is huge. That can be a huge time saver for me. And that's what I'm about to show you. So I'm here logged in, and that's what you see when you log in to your account. And the account that I have now is basically giving me access to moveONE, not Move Pro. That's exactly what I wanted to test first. I asked myself, what will I be able to get using either a pre-recorded video or one camera? So moveONE allows you to use one camera, any type of camera. They have a few guidelines for their videos, or how you should set up the camera, how the actor should be in front of the camera. All those guidelines, you can find them in documentation here. And I've done some tests. I'll keep this tutorial really short to show you what I have in this first time playing with this. It took me less than 2 to 3 hours to get the results that I'm going to show you here. And 2 to 3 hours because I've been spending most of that time looking for specific clips over the internet to test here. I decided to go for a number of motions that I think would be challenging based on what I understand about markerless motion capture. The first was this. Here we have a character that's a dance that I found on YouTube. And as you can see, it's one character. Let me just play it, actually. Click on that. Yeah. As you can see, once you click on one of those ticks, you have. Let it load for a little bit. You get to see that motion you have, okay? So that's the motion that I have. A breakdance move, an arm wave tutorial. And to me, based on what I understand, that is even more challenging. Because when you have one camera and a character standing straight, like a frontal pose to the camera, facing the camera, that is less of depth cues, that is less information. You're providing this system with less depth cues to allow it to understand what's going on here. Okay, so that's the motion that I provided to moveONE. And let's look here. If you click on this icon, it provides you with the resulting motion. Let me just scale that a little bit so you can see it better. I wish we have the option, and I hope to see that in the future. I wish we have the option to turn this into like a full screen so we can see it in detail before exporting that in FBX or to other software. But as you can see, this took me like a few minutes to generate this motion. Few minutes. Is it ready to be used? If I'm using this for previs, I would say yes. If I'm using this for layout, I would say yes. If I'm using this for a final animation, I would say yes. It requires modification, it requires cleanup, it requires changes, that's for sure. But that's what I got just uploading a clip and letting the system moveONE process that. Few minutes, no edits at all. And you get the options here, as you can see, to download this motion, this resulting motion, in a number of formats. For me, I always download FBX because most of the time, I just take this into Maya. But for now, let me show you a couple more clips that I have. So here, let me just, as you can see, zoom in. And it looks okay for a few minutes. But as you can see, I uploaded each of those clips twice, and I'll explain that later in our next tutorial. But for now, that's our first result. Okay. Second, I decided to go for something that is a bit more challenging. A bit more challenging in terms of the motion itself. It involves bigger moves, more complicated. But what's different here, or to my mind, what should be easier to the system, is that this character is not facing the camera. It's not facing. It's not frontal pose. It's in 3/4. Let's watch it. Let me just first reload this so we can see all the thumbnails. Okay. As you can see, I've been testing each of those clips a number of times, and I'll explain why later. But for now, let's just try this here. Okay. There's the clip. As you can see, I love dance. Doing the robot dance. That's exactly what I was talking about earlier. As much as I love to dance, I can't really get that same level of performance here. She's a master. Okay, now let's go watch this. Watch the result of what I was able to capture from this one video. And by the way, those videos are downloaded in a small resolution from YouTube. Okay. All right. Okay. So what do I think about this one? It definitely needs more work, much more work than the previous clip. Is that because the motion itself is more complicated? That's something I need to ask the team behind moveONE or moveAI about. I need to send them this question. How or what made this clip, what's the result behind all those like shifts in space? Because you can see that character, if I turn around like that, see? The whole character is shifting in space. Okay, But again, what I'm talking about here is something that was generated in minutes. Although it requires lots of edits, to me, using a video, few minutes, still, I would say that's a great result. Why? Because I expect that to get better in the future, in the near future. Let me show you the third clip. So we've seen this one. Now comes the time to look at this dance, a third dance. Okay, simple. This time it's not facing the camera, it's in profile. And let's watch the motion that we got. Okay, let me zoom in so you can see that better. Whoa, 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 whoa. Let's watch that again. And again, do I see room for improvement, for cleanup, for modifications to this? Definitely. But can I use this for layout? Can I use that for previs? I would say yes. Do I have the foundation to clean that up? Yes. Within a few minutes, to me, that's great. Because like I said before, I expect this to provide us with much better or much more accurate results in the near future. Now, you might say, should I use this or wait for those updates for this moveONE system to be able to provide us with something that is more accurate? I would use it. I would invest the time to clean up this motion if I need to. But in that next tutorial, I'll explain why I chose those three clips, those specific three clips, and what I did, what I experimented with to get better results. Okay, because if with each of those, I was able to get a better result. How? That's what I'll explain next. But for now, first impression, I'm excited. I'll continue to use moveONE, and in my third tutorial, because that will be a mini series, in my third tutorial, I'll show you what I was able to get using a single camera at home, performing a dance myself. Lots of dance clips here, but I'm excited for that even more. But I wanted to start with this feature of being able to use pre-recorded video because, like I said, that can be a huge time saver for someone like me animating shots on a daily basis. And one more thing that I wanted to add, when I say pre-recorded video, you can also not just use actual videos from live actors. You can use videos that were generated by AI video generators. I prefer to use those videos. I'll continue to use them because I don't really find the need the moment to extract motion data from something that was already generated, but that is an option you can use with moveONE. Like I said, moveONE allows you to use a single camera. You can see or you can read about the all details you need here. If you go to upload, it gives you a guide here, best practices, and what I found here was more than enough. Okay, so time for me to go for a small break as usual. Enjoy my chai, enjoy a walk. I'll let you go enjoy, if you haven't already, signing up for Move AI, creating an account, testing moveONE. Show me what you come up with, and above all, have fun.